Yeah. What's up? Well, it's your boy JFK. Just hanging out, going live. My people, hope y'all good. Oh. What's up? Listen, man, there's too much going on, and as many of you know, I've been quiet, on some politics stuff because you know what I'm saying. I just watching, just hey, well, guy, it's hard to be quiet right now. It's hard to be quiet right now. And the reason is I've seen so many people, especially like a lot of guys who are MAGA guys who are big names in MAGA. I've seen them coming out and they're coming out and they're now mad at Trump, yo. Yo, they are mad at Trump, son. They are losing their minds over now, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun because I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day where people like Megan Kelly and them would accept the facts that we've been trying to say about this man for so long. I didn't think we were gonna ever get here, but it's heartwarming to see that everything we said about this dude is now real. Yeah, it's real now. So that's where we are, man. Katz is realizing that dude is out of his off his rocker. Are you serious right now? Like you're just finding out? Y'all just finding out the stuff that we've been talking about, the stuff we've been telling you. I can't even say I told you so, because there's a lot of us who told you so. And like it's so annoying, man. It's annoying. I'm hearing Megan Kelly talk about how insane Trump is. I'm hearing Alex Jones, Alex Conspiracy Theory Jones, talking about how, Alex is talking about, let me know if you're in the building, man. It's your boy just hanging out tonight, man. I know it's late. Talking about Alex Jones, talking about how, 25th Amendment. Alex Jones is trying to find a way to get rid of Donald Trump. Do you understand how serious it is? And I'm so upset. There's a part of me that's really upset because how? How are you just seeing this? It took apocalypse. It took almost going to World War III for y'all to see that this man is crazy. It took going as far as killing. First of all, everybody's crazy about how, Trump said he was going to blow the civilization to hell. My man spent Easter Sunday talking about how he's going to destroy a civilization. That's how the American president spent Easter Sunday morning, calling people effing bastards. Do you understand? Yo, if you're here, let me know. Drop me a comment. My people fall. I know it's late. I can't even believe y'all in here. But I just wanted to rant. I'm telling you, yo, I cannot believe it. I'm seeing Megan Kelly go crazy online talking about Trump is horrible. Trump has lost his mind. I'm like, really? These people are just realizing this. This man who destroyed this country during COVID, he destroyed this country during COVID. But somehow y'all forgot. The amnesia was so strong with y'all. The amnesia was so strong. Y'all forgot everything that made you vote for Joe Biden. Y'all forgot everything that made you run to old man Joe. The reason Joe Biden won in 2020 was because Trump was horrible. He was horrible. Even in the pandemic, people were smart enough to realize that if we had a better president in the pandemic, we would do better in the pandemic. Come on now. If we had a smarter president during the pandemic, America would have survived the pandemic better. If we had a president who was not so selfish, so arrogant, so proud. If only we had a president who listened. If only we had a president who paid attention to scientists, who worked things out with the people who know better. If we had a president who didn't go around saying, I know more than the generals. We had a better chance of surviving COVID than we did. Y'all crazy for not realizing that. And y'all realize that in the moment. That's the only way Joe Biden won that election. As old as Joe Biden was and is, Joe Biden should have never won that election based on his age and based on the fact that he was already looking slow. Uncle Joe was already looking like he was struggling. He was barely, at the election of 2020, Uncle Joe was already old, son. I don't know how y'all acted last year like y'all just finding out that he grew old. Like, are you, what kind of madness has swept the land? What kind of madness swept the land to make you start looking at Uncle Joe and talking about how, oh, he old? Like you're surprised. He was old in 2020 when y'all voted for him. But the reason y'all did that in 2020 was because Donald Trump was horrible. Oh my God. Everybody realized that Donald Trump was horrible in 2020. Because the way he handled Corona is the reason we lost almost 1 million Americans. We did not have to lose that many Americans in 2020. COVID did not have to claim that many Americans. I'm going to remind you of that because now y'all acting like y'all surprised. A lot of people acting like they're surprised by Trump. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know why you would pretend. Maybe you're not pretending. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you ate or what you drank that made you think that this man who destroyed us in 2020 was somehow going to make things better for us in 2024. Y'all crazy for that. Y'all insane. You're off your rocker. It's mental, bruv. Mental. Can't believe it. I mean, I lost my mind on election day. That's why I've been quiet, y'all. If you're in here, let me know. Drop me a like. Drop me a comment. Let me. I know it's late. I still can't believe somebody watching me. But I'm going to do this anyway because I can't hold it in. I cannot hold it in. The American president basically threatened genocide on the social media posts. The president of America said he was going to destroy a civilization. And the thing that's so annoying about when this man talks like this, you would think that he would be the one carrying the bazooka. You would think that he would be the one at the forefront fighting. He's boasting and bragging on the strength of our children. Isaiah, what's going on, brother? Hey, yo, Sean Keys. I got to do a podcast just to connect with you, brother. But I am upset. I am upset that the world is on fire. I am upset that, people have already died. People talking about what Trump threatened to do as if he hasn't already killed nobody. Like, are you mad? 150 people died in an elementary school. Little girls are dead. And we talk as if we just now afraid of what he's going to do. Little girls are dead. He killed, they bombed a school, son. They bombed a school. They didn't kill 20 girls. They did not kill 30 girls. They did not kill 40 children. We're talking close to 100 plus children got killed in an accident during the war, in a bombing during the war. And we're going to act like, oh, okay, as long as he didn't do the thing you wanted to do yesterday, it's all good. It's not all good. And the stupidity of anyone who thinks this is a good thing, anyone who thinks that this is the right thing to do, and you don't realize you're creating another generation of people who hate America. It's so dumb. Y'all talk about Iran as, oh, they hate us. Oh, the Muslims, they hate us. But y'all keep bombing them. Tell me, somebody explain to me, what happens to the brothers and the sisters and the mothers and the fathers and the cousins and the friends and the teachers of all the little girls that were killed? How do they feel about America today? No, answer that. And then, Taco Trump, President Lysol had the nerve to come on TV and tell y'all, because he wasn't talking to me, because I already know everything he says is a lie. He told us all in a press conference that listen to this, y'all. If you're in the house, let me know how you feel about it. I'm boiling right now because I cannot believe that all these people are now waking up. Megyn Kelly, Joe Rogan. And I'm going to name check these dudes, man. Theo Vaughn. All of them that gave him a platform. Andrew Schultz. And they were all talking about how he cool, man. He cool with the people. They got him the votes. They got him the young man that voted for him. That's how Trump won. Is the young man that came into politics just for him because he was cool, because he went on these podcasts. And they were feeling like, they're losing their masculinity. And they wanted to put a strong man in power. And a bunch of people who thought, deporting deporting people will make their lives better. Y'all crazy. Y'all out your minds. What is wrong with people? Y'all really believe that the suffering of other people is gonna be to your benefit? And now y'all opening your eyes and realizing we all suffer. The whole thing is burning. Y'all mad. Y'all thought it was just gonna burn over there. Nah, son. Yo, this dude, I'm gonna try not to call him too many names. If you're here, drop me a line. See my people online. Yo, this dude had the nerve to tell y'all in a press conference. Go with me on this, ladies and gentlemen. The president of the United States got on TV and told you that bombing Iran was something that Iranians enjoyed. My God, how dumb do you have to be to believe this man over and over again? This guy got on TV and said that he was hearing from the Iranians who were living in the houses next to the bombs. Picture this as he's saying it, ladies and gentlemen. I know he's crazy. What about you? Are you crazy too? How can somebody tell you that people that he's bombing are happy? He literally said that the people living next to where the bombs are dropping are telling him don't stop. What kind of suicidal nonsense is that? Who believes him when he says this? I'd like to know that person who thinks that makes sense. That I'm going to tell somebody throwing bombs that the bombs you're throwing next to my house that almost hit me yesterday, I need more. That's what he's asking you to believe. Yes, Iran, the Iranian regime is the most oppressive and they deserve hellfire. But if you can't do it without killing the Iranians you're trying to help, let's not do it. Oh my God. How you going to liberate somebody after you kill them? This is the dumbest thing I have seen in a while, y'all. And I knew he was going to be dumb. He's always been dumb. He told us to drink bleach for Corona, and y'all still voted for him. I don't know if I blame him anymore, y'all. If you're in the building, let me know. Just drop me a like. Let me know you're in the building. I know it's late, my people in here. I know he's crazy. I don't blame him anymore. Y'all literally put him back in office. And I make this distinction. A lot of people want to come at me and say, yo, nah, man, they rigged the election. Nah, that election was not rigged. Donald Trump won the presidency fair and square. Listen to me. Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election fair and square. Because it's not a commentary about whether or not the election was fair. No, election was fair, bro. It was a commentary about how hate prevailed. That's what happened. And so when we try to say, oh, did they cheat? It's like we're dodging the issue. A lot of haters voted. And y'all know this. A lot of people who hated other people voted. If you hated immigrants, you voted for him. If you hated trans people, you definitely voted for him. If you don't really like black people that much, you voted for him. Do you understand what I'm trying to let you know? If you hate Muslims, you voted for him. That's what was going on. And if you don't trust women with power, you voted for him. That's how he won. And I'm telling you this, the MAGA base is not enough, was never enough to put Donald Trump in office. Never. Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time. The MAGA base is a distilled, concentrated number of about 30 to 35%. That's why when you see his polls going down, he hits that 31. Right now he's hitting 31. No one's ever seen, like as Trump would say, no one's ever seen that before. He's hitting 30 and 31 in polls right now for approvals. No one's ever seen that before. That 30-31, that's the diehards. Those people, if Donald Trump, like he said, just using his words, if Donald Trump shot one of them on Fifth Avenue, they would still vote for him. All right? So those are his people. Those are cult members. We already know them. They know themselves. They're the kind of people that come on all kinds of talk shows talking about they don't mind. Hey, Sister Shea is in the building. You're up this late. Yo, I'm just ranting, man. I'm just upset at people who voted for this man. Come on. I'm seeing all of them on TV now. They're acting like they're surprised about how crazy he is. He's been crazy. He was crazy in 2020. I put up a video, one of my videos from 2020. I put it up the other day because I couldn't believe that everything I was saying in 2020, you could take it and just put it into this moment and it fits perfectly. I was saying it in 2020 that he's incompetent. He cannot do things right. He doesn't know how to do things well. Even the things you voted for him to do, he will not do well because he doesn't know things. And he doesn't listen to people who know things. This is how he operates. And in this second term, he has made sure to only hire people who are dumb enough to just say yes, sir, and do what he says. Even the people who are smart in his cabinet, they become dumb. Do you understand? In order to work for him, I said this in 2020 as well. In order to work for Donald Trump, you have to become dumb. No, the new guys in the building, bro. What's going on, bro? What are you doing awake, man? You need to sleep. Yeah. Your look is deceiving. You think because you are young, you need to go and sleep, bro. Donald Trump was horrible in 2020, and y'all gave him back the White House. And so Donald Trump 2.0 came back with a vengeance, bro. He's madder than before. It's like watching a movie sequel, like Donald Trump, second term, even madder. Crazy dude. And now I see all these people on TV talking about, oh, they're disappointed. He betrayed them. I'm so mad. Of course he betrayed you. That's his entire personality is betrayal. Listen, divorce happens. Life is hard. People don't get along. Things happen. Love, sours, all that stuff. But for Donald Trump, he's on his third wife because as a human being, bro, he is unable to be loyal. He's only loyal to himself, bro. Look at what happened to Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi's career has been destroyed, bro. She was an attorney general. She had some respect. She was this and that. She is rubbish now. Kristi Noem is rubbish now. Rudy Giuliani is rubbish now. That's what happens when you touch him. You work for him, you will eventually be rubbish. And you'll be lucky if he doesn't turn around and try to arrest you. Like Jim Comey, like John Bolton. The trail of tears, the trail of sorrow this man has left behind for everybody who works for him is undeniable. It's going to happen to Kash Patel. I promise you. It's going to happen to Pete Hegseth. It's going to happen to them because they're working for a narcissist. They're working for a man who has no loyalty except to himself, bro. He was having an Easter day with the children. Follow me on this. You got to know who this man is. He was having an Easter celebration in the White House with the children. And he was talking to them about Joe Biden being stupid. He was talking to them about the EpiPen. Talking to them like he's talking to reporters. Like the kids just want to have fun on Easter, but he doesn't know how to do that. He is incapable of that. He's vindictive. He's vile. This is the truth about him. And for anybody who's now just learning that, where have you been? That's why I'm on here tonight. Because I'm watching YouTube all day and I'm seeing Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly. I'm seeing, Tucker Carlson. I'm seeing Joe Rogan. I'm seeing Theo Vaughn. I'm seeing Andrew Schultz. I'm seeing, Alex Jones is one that throws me. Alex Jones is asking about the 25th Amendment to get rid of Trump. Alex Jones, bro. These are the people who call him and he picks up. All of them are basically like, wait a minute, he's crazy. And I want to, whatever little hair I have, I want to tear it out. Because I cannot believe that for 10 years of this madness, we're just now having these people wake up after they put him in. Yo, brother, that's what's up, man. It's the gospel truth because I'm upset. People who thought he was just going to deport some other people and not their family members. Members of all communities. I said this. I did a video when he was going after the Haitian community. My people from Haiti. I did a video at the time, but I was kind of quiet. But I did a video. I said, the way this man is disparaging people of Haitian descent, the Haitians, I said, it's so horrible. And I said, every group needs to stand up. I say, if you're a migrant, if you're part of a migrant community, or if you care about people, if you just care about people, you don't have to be an immigrant. Oh, Sister Toyin is in the building. What's up, sis? Sis, I cannot believe you're awake. Oh. I said, if you care about the migrant community, like my sister Toyin here, she's working every day for migrants. I said when he was attacking Haitians, I said, y'all gonna let this man talk like this about a community of people who are just trying to bless, do their best in a place and work and feed their families. And he was talking about how they're eating the cats and the dogs. And I had an argument with somebody who told me, well, some Haitians do indulge in cats and dogs. And I said, that's not the conversation. Because many communities, many cultures do not consider cats and dogs off limits for food. That's not the issue. You can go to many parts of the world and cats and dogs are being consumed. It could be appalling to you and me. We may not like that, but that's going on. But that was not the accusation. The accusation against Haitians was that they were stealing their neighbors' pets. Do you understand? I was in this, man. They said they were stealing their neighbors' pets and they were eating the cats and the dogs. They said they were stealing ducks from public ponds and they were eating them. They were describing them as vile, awful people. They were describing them as uncivilized, as savage. That's what Trump was saying about them when he said they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. And I said to myself, oh my God, if he successfully, calls these people a bad name, then they can do whatever to them. Now he's in office, he's canceling the temporary protected status for so many communities, throwing everybody into chaos. People who have enjoyed protected status here, they don't know what their status is anymore. It's destroying everybody. For anybody who thought, he's just gonna deport some people over there, everybody's in trouble. They've been arresting citizens and having to release them back after they drive them a few blocks because they realize he's an American citizen. Then they throw him out the van. That's what's going on. And I told you, all the people that were telling me back then, like, nah, man, we have to enforce our immigration. We have to do this. And I said, that's not the issue. The issue is how you enforce, right? It's always the issue is how you do the thing you're saying you're going to do. Doesn't make sense what you're planning. I told him, I said, when this guy starts picking people up from the streets, you will regret voting for him. I told them. I told a lot of people. I put it online. It didn't take long. Bro, do you realize it's just been a year plus? Do y'all realize it's just a year? January 21st, 2025 is when this man took over. Do you realize that? The world is burning, son. The world is on fire. Gas is going up to $4 plus in Texas, y'all. It's not even over a year. I'll tell you this right now. Okay, let me confess something. Yeah. If you're here, let me know. I'll give my people a shout out to my people. I'll confess something. I knew he was going to mess up, right? Because that's who he is. I mean, I had no doubt. That's what I was trying to explain to people. Even those who supported his platform, whoever you are, God bless you. He's not even going to do your platform well because he can't. A couple of issues with Donald Trump. He has a horrible attention span. He can't keep his head in anything for too long. And he doesn't know anything. Those are really bad things to have in a leader. An ignorant leader who's also arrogant and short-tempered. That's what you got with Donald Trump. That's what y'all put in the White House. That's why he's tearing down the East Wing, and then now we're figuring out whether or not he has a right to do it. That's who we got in the White House. And now we are in a situation where everybody's feeling it because some people thought they wouldn't feel it. And there's a part of me that's laughing hysterically because there's a part of me that cried when he won. When he won, I don't think I've ever experienced heartbreak like that, y'all. Grown man. I won't tell my age, but I'm 50. I have never felt so sad when he won. That November day when he won. A lot of my friends, a lot of my people like, yo, Josh, no, Femi, we're not hearing from you, man. All this politics going on. You're not doing your show. I'll be honest. Politically, I was depressed. Okay? I was gone. Because I could not believe that this nation did that. I couldn't wrap my head around. And again, not the MAGAs. The MAGAs are ready to die for him. He has a cult. He successfully built a cult. He did that. He's incompetent, but he built a cult. So I'm not shocked at the MAGAs for voting for him. They would vote for him even if he wasn't running. Yo, as I said, this go viral other social media platform. Hope you will have time to go on live stream on. I might go on TikTok. I'm trying to create a separate channel for my people, because I'm doing church stuff, doing gospel. So I'm trying not to mix the gospel, with the politics. I'm trying to create a separate lane, a different lane for politics, because I don't want it to be a reason why people can't chat with me on church stuff. But tonight, I couldn't hold it in. Because I've seen all these people that voted for him, that supported him. I've seen them come out now and talk about how crazy he is. And I'm saying, like, no, keep that. Keep that, hold that, because I'm not ready to hear it. I got all these people on YouTube crying. Got all these people on YouTube saying that they're sorry they voted for him. My Nigerians, oh my God, so many of my Nigerians who supported him. And I know, listen, I know why a lot of Nigerian Christians, a lot of Christians, I know why y'all supported him. I get it. All right? Because y'all want him to get rid of some people that you hate. Let's leave it at that. Oh, Pastor Julius, what's up? Hey, that's the Egbon in the house. Baba, what are you doing awake, Baba? Isaiah, I see you throwing that. Yo, appreciate you. Isaiah, wait a minute. What time is it in Nigeria? Why are you still awake? Yo, I was seeing a lot of Christians say they vote for Trump because, he's going to help them, attack some people they want him to attack. Let me put it in that code. We all know what we're talking about, but that's not what the night is about. But I was trying to let them understand something. You're voting, and there's a little bit of hate in why you're voting. You're voting so that he can destroy the lives of some people that you feel should not have the opportunity they have. You were voting so that he could attack some people that you felt need to be attacked. That's why many people voted for him. And I was saying to them then, when you do that, get ready because it will come to you. You will suffer too. All of us who did not vote for him are suffering with all the people who voted for him. The world is burning, bro. It's just been a year and a couple of months. I knew he was going to be rubbish, but I did not know he was going to be this soon. I'll be honest with you. I thought maybe second year Trump, that by the time we get to second year, November, that's when he would do something crazy. I did not know that he would start being crazy from day one. Y'all y'all really let him get back into the White House, y'all. I don't know if I can forgive people who did that. I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. I'm preaching forgiveness, but I'm learning myself. I don't know if I can forgive y'all letting him back into the White House. Y'all really just let the worst person in the world back in. Baba, I appreciate you, Baba Julius. Y'all let the worst. There is nothing Christian about Donald Trump. Never was. For my Christians, there was never anything Christian about Donald Trump. Never. Y'all pretended like he was God sent. Well, God must have wanted him to win because he won. Did you say that about Barack Obama when he won twice? I bet you didn't. Hey, Job in the building. Let's appreciate you, man. Yo, chime in, y'all. Y'all throw some light on what I'm talking about. You didn't say that about Barack Obama when he won twice. You didn't say that was God's will. I watched y'all. Y'all made it look. For many of you, Barack Obama was the devil. But you didn't believe that it was God's will for him to be president when he won twice. That wasn't enough to show you that God must be working. But when Donald Trump won, y'all all over the web talking about it must be God. Like, how do you know? Do you know that sometimes God lets evil people win? Not because he wants to, but because he got to teach y'all a lesson? Do you understand that? The Bible talks about how people were trying to have a king, and all right, here you go. This man is the most horrible thing that has happened to the presidency. When Donald Trump leaves office, y'all, listen to me. When Donald Trump leaves office, we're going to have to clean the White House. I'm telling you. First of all, we're going to have to take down all the fake gold jewelry he bought. I promise you he made money on that. I promise you Donald Trump bought fake gold and kept the money of the real gold. I promise you that. We don't have time tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have time tonight to speak on the corruption of Donald Trump. We don't have time tonight to speak on the fact that Donald Trump and his family, since he came in on January 21st and a few days before that even, he has made close to $3 billion extra as a family. Isaiah said we blindly we also supported him, assuming that he really had the fear of God. Like, first of all, why would you think this man had the fear of? There's nothing in Donald Trump's life that suggests the fear of God. They literally asked Donald Trump if he has ever asked God for forgiveness. I don't know why people forget things. I don't know why you just forget things. They asked Donald Trump in an interview, what does he ask God for forgiveness about? Donald Trump said, I've never really asked for forgiveness. I I don't see anything that I need forgiveness for. That's what he said. And y'all still thought that was Christian. Now he over here trying to destroy entire civilizations, and y'all asking, why would he post that on Easter? Are you mad? Are you just knowing him? You have all these pastors. Paula White got in the White House and started comparing Donald Trump to Jesus. He said, because Jesus too, they tried to kill him. Oh, really? I didn't know that Donald Trump and Jesus are the same person. This is the madness that's overcome everybody. And now we're suffering it. And everybody's now trying to figure out, how did this happen? Oh, we know how it happened. Y'all were so desperate to deport immigrants that y'all didn't think about the fact that they might deport your family members. You are so desperate to not vote for a woman, because a lot of people were on that train too. And let me say something about Kamala Harris and her campaign, if you allow me. I was part, and I am part of those who have a lot of notes about how Kamala Harris ran her campaign and some mistakes that she made, and the fact that she did not separate herself from Joe Biden enough. For me, those were things that I was worried about, and when she lost, I looked at those things and I realized, oh my God, because she needed to be able to say, I love Joe, I agree with Joe on XYZ, but I disagree with Joe on XYZ. That would have given her her own lane, so that she could, so whatever it is people don't like about Joe Biden, she could say, look, I'm his vice president, but there are a lot of things that I do not have power over, but as president, this is what I would do. When we're talking about the Palestine issue, when we're talking about, you know, how she handled a lot of the other issues, she seemed to be embracing a lot of conservatives at the expense of her own base. So that's a different conversation. I might do a different podcast analyzing all the things that Kamala Harris didn't do as well as she should. But here's my bottom line. Listen to me on this, y'all. I promise you, listen to me on this. I don't care if Kamala Harris messed up. I do not care if Kamala Harris laughed like a hyena. I do not care if Kamala Harris didn't speak well. I do not care if Kamala Harris fell down on her way to on her way to enter the jet. Y'all should never have voted for Trump. That's what it is. Kamala Harris could have been a Dodge Grand Caravan. Kamala Harris could have been not even a human being. Kamala Harris could have been a lamp. Kamala Harris could have been a tree by the wayside, and y'all should have voted for her before voting for him. That's what should have happened. For all the people that didn't come out to vote, for all the middle people that said, let's give Trump another go, all of y'all are complicit. And that's why it's hard to forgive you. It's hard to forgive y'all. Because fast forward to now, everything is destroyed. Y'all sat there and they removed USAID, a program that was helping children all over the world. It's like everything that was, look, America is not perfect. America is barely good. Because there are a lot of things about America that many of us grew up knowing that we wish America wasn't like that. We wish America didn't do that. There were things America was involved in that were like, nah, man, America don't do that. But America was at least working on being decent. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? America was working on being decent. It was getting better. Because African Americans, Latinos, white people, black people, men, women, children, everybody was pushing. We're fighting each other, arguing, debating on the best way for America to move forward, but we were pushing America forward. We were at least getting better. Before Donald Trump, people didn't just call you the N-word anymore. You understand what I'm saying? People thought about it before they call you the N-word. Before Donald Trump, people thought about it before they harassed you for wearing a hijab. Before Donald Trump, little children didn't just go up to a kid from Latin America and say, go back to your country. Before Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong. The prejudices, the racism, the hatred, all of that was real and is part of the DNA of America. Let's not go there. That's how it started. That's how it is. However, there were a few things that we were grateful for. And that is, before Donald Trump, the racist kept his racism mostly to himself and to his family, right? You knew not to do certain things. Or you get your house, you call us all the N-words you want. But with Donald Trump, it felt like it was open season. Hatred became great again with Donald Trump. That's what it was. Hatred became great. Hatred against people of different sexual orientation, hatred against people that you didn't like their lifestyle, hatred against foreigners. This man wrote into the White House talking about how he wants to ban all Muslims. And y'all clap for that. Now realizing that one day that fire will be turned against you, the Christian, who is not the kind of Christian that he likes. That's what you don't think about. That's what you don't think. Did you know that they were trying to silence the Pope? When the Pope became Pope, the American Pope, they were telling the bishops to tell him to calm down because he was attacking Trump. They don't care that you're a Christian. At some point, they'll start to measure down what a Christian is. If you're not Christian according to them, you're going to be persecuted. That's where they're going. And you think that you think they're supporting a Christian? No, it's the kind of Christian that politically favors them, the kind of Christian that favors them money-wise. That's what they care about. And you think you're part of them? They're coming for you. And y'all voted for this. And I'm telling you right now, man, we have not seen anything yet. It's barely a year. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. They're not, because now the more desperate Donald Trump gets, the crazier it is. Y'all literally watch the man convince you that this is for those who believe him. The rest of us know better. People, this part hurts me. This part is affecting me emotionally and mentally. That's why I've not been posting about politics. This part, it breaks me when I think about it. Okay, peep this, check it. This grown man told all y'all grown men and women that the way to fix America's economic issue was to tariff the world. He said he was going to do a blanket tariff on the entire world. And y'all sat there and pretended like you have no clue about economics. You pretended that you didn't understand that if a country tariffs another country, the other country also has some cards to play to tariff you back. That's already a bad scenario. Now, if a country tariffs 10 countries and the 10 countries tariff you back, you start feeling the pain a little bit. Even if you are the great America, the other countries still have a few things that you need. Do you remember that? And then you decide to tariff the whole world. What do you think is going to happen to you? How dumb have we become with this man? Oh my God. Because he's stupid, does that mean we are stupid too now? This same idiot is the one who told you to drink bleach for COVID. This man knows nothing. That's why they told him. They told this man that if he attacks Iran, if they kill the Ayatollah Khomeini, and if they kill the entire leadership, that's all they needed to do, and they could walk away with a victory over Iran, and the people would take over, and he could take the oil. This moron that y'all got in the White House went ahead, killed the leadership, killed the second line of leaders, blew up the third line of leaders. Then he started wondering who he's going to negotiate with. As a 5-year-old, I would not have reasoned like that. This man killed everybody and then started asking, who am I going to negotiate with? Literally, Donald Trump. People, go and watch these videos, please. I know it's hard to watch. I barely watch him now. I can't. I only watch him through other shows. Because the stupidity that comes from him is legendary. Legendary, stupid. When history looks back on this time, children of the future will ask their great-grandfathers. They will say, great-grandpapa, why did the people vote for the stupid man? That's what they're going to say. That's what I promise you. We may not be here, but you know what? It may not be that long. The children now are asking, how did this man become the president of y'all? He's the dumbest thing to walk into the White House. I have been apologizing to George Bush since Donald Trump entered the White House in 2016. I have been saying to George Bush, I am sorry. Why? Because I called George Bush dumb, and I'm sorry. I apologize, and I regret it. President Bush, accept my apology. You are not a dumb man at all. You are a great man. President George Bush, you are a wonderful man. Because I have seen a dumb president. I have seen a horrible president, and I have perspective now. My eyes are clear. I have seen the worst man that can be in the White House. I have seen him take the White House. And now others are seeing it. Those of us who saw it and we look like we were crazy, we are just sitting back and watching. Bro, do you understand what it takes for Joe Rogan and Alex Jones and Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene to be the ones at the forefront of asking for the impeachment and the removal of Donald Trump? Do you know what has happened in the zeitgeist? Do you understand how bad it has come to? That means even those guys can't pretend anymore. That's what it means. They can't pretend anymore. He's a madman. And he has burned down the world. America, listen to me. America has never been so hated in the world before now. America has never been so hated than it is now. Denmark hates us. We try to steal Greenland from them. Europe hates us because we tariff them for no reason. Canada, our best friend, our brother, hates us. Canada has run into the arms of China right now. Europe is making deals with China right now because they've all concluded that America is nuts. America is crazy right now because we voted for a crazy person. We voted for a sleepy person. We voted for the worst person we could find. Donald Trump's ignorance will destroy us. Donald Trump's stupidity, his idiocy will destroy us. It's already on the way. This man destroyed the Department of Education. This man has destroyed the DOJ. This man has ruined broadcast television. He's got his friends buying up all the TV stations so he can turn them into Trump-friendly stations. This man has destroyed everything he has touched. His administration has destroyed everything. Him and Elon Musk have cut federal jobs. A lot of veterans have lost their jobs. People who fought for this country, they've lost their jobs. I've not gotten to what we're going to lose on Medicare or Medicaid. The health system is dead. Because this man would rather pass, the only bill they've passed under Donald Trump is the one that gives more money to the rich. And in order to pay for that, they're going to destroy the health care system for all the people in the world. That's why the red states are turning blue. Do you hear me? I was arguing with my boy the other day. Shout out to Fisayam. Yo, my boy was on my page. And I was talking about how they're all regretting it now. And he was telling me, nah, they're not. I'm like, bro, no. Open your eyes and just read a newspaper, watch a TV show, I gave him statistics from Fox because I knew that's the thing. Oh, you're watching CNN, MSNBC. No. I went to Fox News. The polls. I'm using the polls from Fox News when I talk now. Because Fox News is the most Trump-friendly news, News Nation, OAN, all of them. We know where they belong. On Fox News right now, they're losing their minds because they don't know how to handle the fact that Trump messed up. Fox News polls showing Donald Trump as his lowest approval rating, even from his first term. Fox News polls. Because it's undeniable now. It's undeniable now that he's the worst president we've ever had. Gas prices, don't talk about it. Grocery prices, don't mention it. All our institutions gone. He literally put someone in the Department of Education with the express assignment to wind down that department. They've cut offices, they've cut programs, they have destroyed the Department of Education. And that's the worst part is they did that on purpose. That was their goal. They canceled PBS, public broadcasting. This man put his name next to the name of John Kennedy on the Kennedy Center. Y'all listening to me? Broke down the east wing of the White House for a ballroom. For somebody who's going to be out of office, who's supposed to be out of office in 2.5 years. Do you understand how much he's destroyed? When he destroyed the East Wing, it was a picture of what he's doing to America. Do you understand that? When they tore down that East Wing and it looked like a horrible construction site, that was an example of what he's doing to the country, America, to the nation. This nation will never be the same again. Understand this. I do not believe, this is a personal opinion, I do not believe America will ever get back to whatever it was before. It was never perfect, but it was decent. It was working. America was working. You were filing for people immigration wise, and people were getting callbacks and stuff. He destroyed the entire system. He's firing people. They fired Pete Hegseth. I don't have time tonight for that warmonger, that Pete Hegseth. The man belongs in Alcoholics Anonymous, but he's running our military. He just fired 3 top officials in the military during a war. Have you listened to Pete Hegseth when he's doing press conferences on the war? My God, America. My God, America. How did you fall this far? How did you get here? You have a man standing up there talking about soldiers' lives, and he's doing poetry. And he's telling it was a sunny day. He had a deployment mustache. He's talking about maximum lethality. We will crush them. Every time he says that, I hope you remember he's talking about your sons and daughters. I hope everybody remembers that when they talk about America's power. Ayo Yakwa's in the building. Appreciate you. Please chime in. I hope you realize every time they're talking about America's might, America's military, our military, they're talking about sons and daughters, human lives. Thank God they rescued the pilots. Those pilots were in so much danger. They should never have been in that situation. But people want to clap for it. Oh, American military might. It's the human beings. Our brothers and sisters, our cousins who signed up to be in the military. They're the ones in jeopardy when every time they talk about our military might, they're talking about our children. When they talk about, boots on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, they're not boots. They're human beings on the ground. There's John and Leslie and Jamal. And those are the names of human beings that are going into the war zones. When they talk about boots on the ground, they talk about human beings. And Donald Trump boasts and brags so much. You would think he's the one carrying the gun. That's the most disgusting thing about the way they talk. Pete Hegseth talking about maximum lethality. We control their air. The arrogance. The braggadocio. They talk like they are gods. And y'all, America and Christians are going to clap for that. Christians, you're clapping for that. They talk as if they are the masters of the universe. He said, I can take Cuba any day I want. Y'all listening to that and y'all like, yeah. Is that moral? Does that make sense to you? And when they say those things, it's not them that are going to go do the fighting. They're not SEAL Team 6. They're not the Marines. The Marines are human beings. John and Mark, husbands, wives, fathers, brothers. It takes the grace of God for these men and women of special forces and our troops to go into these zones and come back home. It takes grace. It takes their training. It takes a lot of work for them. But these guys talk as if they're expendable. They talk as if they can just send troops anywhere and our soldiers. Like, you should cherish your soldiers. You should cherish your military. Yes, it's the greatest military on the planet Earth. But those are human beings. But they talk as though, they're expendable. I'll just send so-and-so and, we'll take over. He said, I can take Cuba whenever I want. As if he's going to be the one jumping down from a Black Hawk helicopter. The arrogance itself is mind-blowing. Talk about the genocide. Oh, I'm gonna destroy a civilization. Yeah, I'm saying, like, America, wake up, y'all. Now, one thing that I'm happy about, a lot of people are waking up. It's a little late, honestly, because the destruction has gone far, and he has enriched himself so much. Do you understand that Jared Kushner, who's negotiating in the Middle East, got $2 billion from the Saudis? $2 billion from the Saudis. What kind of negotiator who has already been paid by one side is going to negotiate well? That's why we ended up bombing Iran. Because Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, who was supposed to go negotiate with Iran, came back and said, nah, it's not working. Because they don't know anything about that place. Jared Kushner is a real estate guy. Even in real estate, he wasn't successful. He had to be bailed out. You send Jared Kushner to go negotiate with Iran, and they come back and say it's not, the negotiations are not working. That's why you had to bomb them. Because you sent the wrong people to negotiate, people who don't understand the region. Donald Trump sitting there talking about people who are happy that he's bombing their homes. Think about that. And so we got all these people now turning around saying, nah, man, we didn't know he was this crazy. Nah, shut up. You need to shut all the way up. He's been crazy. He's never not crazy. You just decided to close your eyes to his craziness because you wanted him to do some things for you. That's what it was. That's what it was. He was going to do some things for you. He was going to get rid of some illegals. That's all you were thinking about. He was going to own the left, own the libs, make your enemies cry. That's all you were thinking about. And I get it. Sometimes it feels good when your enemies are crying. I listen. I know how it feels sometimes. But you got to think beyond that. You got to ask yourself, what am I sacrificing in the name of my vendetta? What am I giving up just to have Donald Trump, hate on the people I hate? That's what we're all finding out now. The destruction of the entire thing. The entire thing is blowing up. This experiment called America, it's losing steam. Bruh, the world is looking for alternatives to America. That's what's happening right now. The world, China is winning. China cannot believe how lucky it is right now. Vladimir Putin is in paradise right now. Because of this war, America had to remove sanctions from Russia because Russian oil has all of a sudden become important. Do you understand? Vladimir Putin is raking in all the money he lost. We had to remove sanctions from him. China is going around making new alliances, shaking hands with nations in Europe and everybody that didn't want to deal with China before. China's icky. Now everybody's like, yo, China, what's going on? Because everybody's realizing America is the past. That's what you did with Donald Trump. You sent America backwards. We can't even. Donald Trump is asking for trillions of dollars for the military. Why? Because we've depleted our resources. For all his bragging all these years about, I rebuilt the military. I spent so much. We made our military. They don't have enough missiles left. That's why he needs more money from Congress. Do you understand that? When have you ever heard America not to have enough missiles? Because they were deploying all their weapons while Iran was sending cheap drones to fight. America was deploying $1 million planes, $1 million missiles, and now we need money. Now we need money to keep going. I'm telling y'all, man, the greatest mistake America ever made is voting for this man. And we did it twice. It's like the destruction of that first term wasn't enough, right? The fact that he mishandled COVID so badly. So many people forgave him for how he handled COVID, and I can never get over that. COVID was a worldwide phenomenon. A lot of presidents, a lot of leaders also dealt with COVID, but many of them found a way to protect a good number of their people. Why? Because they listened. They were smart. They worked with experts. Not our boy. No, sir. Our boy knows more than everybody, right? Our boy, he said he has a very big brain. The same brain that told us to drink bleach to kill corona in our lungs. How did we get here? How did we do this to ourselves twice? I didn't even think it was going to be this bad this early, honestly. As somebody who was waiting for Donald Trump to mess up so I can come out and say, I told you so, I thought it would be at least second year or maybe middle of third year. I didn't know he was going to blow the world up in the first year and a half, honestly. So even I'm shocked about how dumb and horrible he is. The worst part is he doesn't know how to get out of the mess he puts himself in. He puts himself in so many messes, he doesn't know how to get out. He just agreed. I'm gonna finish up soon, man, because I know y'all been hanging with me. Donald Trump just agreed to a ceasefire based on 10 points that Iran brought up. Do you understand this? The ceasefire is based on Iran's proposal, 10-point proposal. That's what Donald Trump is considering a win, is listening to what Iran wants. I don't know what kind of game you play that you enjoy playing, but when the opponent has to succumb to your demands, the opponent just lost. Donald Trump just lost because Iran is demanding that we pay for the damage we've caused. Iran is demanding that they retain control over the Straits of Hormuz. Iran is not going to give up any nuclear material in the deal Iran is proposing. Do you understand? Iran is proposing that they will collect tariffs and tolls now on everything that passes through the strait. They're going to make more money. They've already made a ton of money while the straits have been closed because they've been charging tariffs. They've been charging, they didn't charge tolls before. Do you understand? We are in a worse situation than we were before in terms of what Iran has. Now, understand this. Iran has been decimated. Their leadership levels have been destroyed. Their navy is gone. Their air force is gone. That destruction is real. Iran has been destroyed. No doubt. Our military has done a great job. America's military has done a great job. You cannot deal in facts. That's a fact. The problem is it's not enough to destroy Iran. That's the part Donald Trump doesn't know how to he can't compute. Donald Trump's mind works like, oh, we blew up everything. Why are they still talking? He thinks everybody's like him, transactional. He doesn't understand when people are ideological. Yeah, she told me into the building, bro. What's going on, man? You're a long time, bro. So Donald Trump doesn't understand how Iran and its leaders think. Iran's leaders are ready to die. And then they're ready to pass on to the next generation who is also ready to leave the world. So when Donald Trump and his boys kept bombing and killing the leaders, it didn't result in Iran saying, okay, we give up. That's what's shocking Donald Trump. That's why at the beginning he was talking big and now he's accepting Iran's proposals. You see the difference? He said he wanted them to have complete and total surrender. That's how he started. Now he's humble and saying, they're reasonable people now. That's what stupidity will get you. I promise you, American generals told him that it would not go well. But he and Pete Hegseth, who think this is a video game, Pete Hegseth literally thinks this is Call of Duty. That's how he's operating. Rachel Olabi's in the building. What's going on? So these people, so Donald Trump is now accepting a deal from Iran. That, listen to this. Whoo, he's accepting a deal. He's doing a ceasefire, which the ceasefire is over already. I hope y'all know that. Ceasefire is over because Iran is back to throwing bombs at Israel because Israel couldn't stop throwing bombs at Lebanon and Hezbollah. And so the Straits of Hormuz, I don't know if it's going to be open by tomorrow morning. The Straits of Hormuz, the passageway, which was the main, is closed again because Iran retains control. After all that bluster from Donald Trump, Iran still retains control of the Straits of Hormuz. And they've closed it again because the ceasefire has been violated. Do you understand how much more power Iran has now than it did before they were bombed? That's what I'm talking about. Donald Trump will always achieve for you the opposite of what you think he's going to achieve for you. Again, ask everybody who has worked for him, who is now disgraced. He put somebody in charge of the DOJ that is now a pariah. Pam Bondi is now a joke. Her name is a joke. Before she worked for Donald Trump, she was kind of respected. One of the reasons Pam Bondi got through her confirmation hearing, Democrats and Republicans, a lot of them voted for her. Why? Because she was thought to be a respectable kind of person. Like, as far as Trump nominees are concerned, she was considered to be one of the more decent ones. That's why she got through her nomination. She's coming out of that administration right now a rubbish person, joining the ranks of Rudy Giuliani, joining the ranks of all the people that worked for Trump that are now writing books about how horrible he is. That's the kind of effect Donald Trump has on anything. Y'all thought I was telling somebody like, yo, he was bankrupt 7 times, and they're like, oh, that's strategy. It was not strategy. Donald Trump's failures in business were not strategic. Let me explain this to you. Donald Trump is a bad businessman. But he's a bad businessman who was born into money. Do you know the difference? Donald Trump has lost more money than he has made. Until now that he's president, he's making all of it back as president because he's the most corrupt president we've ever had. Donald Trump was always horrible at business. That's why he had to take everybody to bankruptcy so that he could give them like $10 instead of the $100 he owed them. That's why people in New York don't like him. He owes builders money. He owes contractors money. He owes lawyers money. He's never paid his bills. That's the kind of person he's been. He's a con man. He's a fraud. And he's a horrible businessman. That's why he lost his casino. That's why Trump University was sued. These are facts. These are facts. That's why Trump steak is no longer a thing. That's why Trump Airlines never took off. Because he's horrible at business. He's horrible at things in general. He doesn't think things through. That's why he put all of us in bankruptcy with a tariff that no one understands. Do you understand that on the list of nations that Donald Trump tariffed, there was an island where no one is living? And that's if you saw that joke about that meme about an island of penguins that we tariffed an island that was not inhabited by anyone. It was an island that penguins, feel. I don't know if the penguins are supposed to pay the tariffs. And he lied to you and told you that the foreign countries will be paying tariffs. I don't know what about Donald Trump makes intelligent, educated people put their intelligence under a mattress. That's what you have to do to really support Donald Trump. You have to take what you already know. You're a smart person. You're intelligent. At least some of us are. You are smart. But in order to follow Donald Trump into the tunnel of destruction, you have to take your intelligence, you have to remove it and put it under your shoe. It's the only way he makes sense to you, is when you remove or you suspend or you mute. You have to mute your intelligence to believe Donald Trump. Because if you just listen to him with your intelligence, you already know he's dumb and he's lying. He told you there were 20 million illegal immigrants and they were rapists and they were killers, and he told you all that stuff. And you believed him, and you didn't do the math and say, if there are 20 million of such people in a country, in a nation of 300 plus million people, will we not all have been killed? 20 million? That means everywhere you turn, you're running into somebody who's trying to, and we know that's not true. Many of us are migrants ourselves. Some of us had to be undocumented and illegal for a while before we became documented and legal. And I tell you this about all you people running around saying, oh, are you saying people who come here illegally should not be deported? Yes, I'm saying that. Why? Because even the law that deals with immigration has a provision. Do you understand what you're talking about? No, you don't. No, you don't. Running around talking about, oh, yeah, if they came here illegally, then they should be gone. If they're here, they committed a crime. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know anything. There's such a thing called the Immigration and Naturalization Act. That's the law that governs immigration in America. Inside that law, there are provisions for how you can cure your undocumented status. Inside that law is where you find the opportunity to marry a citizen and become a citizen or become a permanent resident. Inside that law is where you have waivers that will allow you to excuse the fact that you came in without papers. Inside that law, there are provisions for exceptions. Inside that law is where you find asylum. Inside that law, you have other acts that are acting upon it, like the Violence Against Women Act, that allows you to file if you've been a victim of a crime, if you've been a victim of domestic abuse. You can change your status based on that. That's the law. So when you talk about the law, or they violate our laws, they're violating our laws, learn that law first. I don't want to call you names, but on the tip of my tongue, I want to call you a name, because is the dumbest thing I've seen. Everybody come on here and talk as if they know what the law is. They violated our law. They came in illegally. Do you know what the law says about somebody who comes in illegally? Do you know that the law makes a distinction about how you come in and why you come in and who you are when you come in and what you're willing to do to change your status? There are provisions to help you become a resident, to become a citizen, even if you came in undocumented. If you let the law work the way it should, then deportation is not the next thing. People have options. They consult lawyers, and lawyers will show them their different ways. They could get a job, and the job could file for them. Those are the things we have in our law because our law is smarter than you. Our law is more compassionate than all y'all, especially y'all call yourself Christians. Just hateful. Well, if you came in illegally, you need to be deported. That's not what the law says. The law says if you came in illegally, then let's talk. Let's find out how you came in. Why did you come in like that? Are you under threat? Are you running from violence? Are you running from persecution, political persecution? That's what the law says. But you don't even know that much about the law. But you like the part where, we deport them. So it's so annoying. And that's the kind of thinking that comes when you vote for a man like Donald Trump. Because he thinks like that too. He doesn't know. Do you know that Donald Trump, every time he says, I'm going to finish now. I appreciate everybody who jumped on. Do you know that every time Donald Trump was talking about illegal immigrants and how they're coming in from asylums, do you remember that? During the campaign where Donald Trump would say they're opening up the asylums in their countries and they're dumping all their people, the crazy people, on us. Do you know that the reason why asylum stays in his head is because somebody told him that asylum is one of the ways by which illegal immigrants become documented immigrants. That's why Donald Trump heard asylum, and the only thing he knows about asylum is people who have mental issues. That's how Donald Trump thinks about things. He hears a word, and his brain rotates around what he knows about that word. And then he thinks he's the only one thinking. That's why Donald Trump got up there and told y'all he came up with a word called groceries. Donald Trump would go on stage and say, I just came up with that. Now everybody's using it. And you're holding your head in your house going, is this man mad? Groceries? We all say groceries. Many of us work in supermarkets. Groceries is everyday word for us. But he would tell you that I came up with that because I'm smart. I've never met an intelligent person who has needed to repeat over and over again to us that he's intelligent. Donald Trump has now gotten a deal from Iran that is worse than what Barack Obama got under the JCPOA. When Barack Obama made his deal with Iran, the money he gave them was their money that we had frozen as part of the sanctions. You need to get some facts into your understanding. The money that was given to Iran under Barack Obama's deal was not money that America gave to Iran. It was money that belonged to Iran that had been frozen as part of the sanctions that were put on Iran. He just gave them back their money. And for giving them back their money, he got a deal from them that they would not pursue nuclear weapons. And part of that deal was also that they would allow inspections to happen to make sure that they were not pursuing nuclear weapons for a period of time. The only thing Donald Trump would have needed to do if he wasn't so vindictive and dumb at the same time was to have modified that agreement with Iran, was to sit down with them. If he wanted to add more things, he could have negotiated that. He could have threatened sanctions. He could have done so many things. No, Donald Trump came in and ripped apart the agreement first. That's how he operates. He doesn't think about the day after. He destroyed Barack Obama's deal with Iran first. And then he started talking about how Iran is pursuing nuclear weapons. You ripped up the deal that held them from pursuing nuclear weapons, and you're now turning around and saying, how dare they pursue nuclear weapons? The logic is missing. It's idiotic. Fast forward to having to bomb them now. Kill 152 people, including children in elementary school. Destroy all American bases through indirectly through the retaliation of Iran. Dubai, Qatar, UAE, all those beautiful destinations for vacations and weddings destroyed, at least threatened. People have to run out of there. People can't book a vacation there right now. It's going to take years to fix everything that's broken. Why? You ripped up an agreement that kept everybody kind of peaceful. And now, what's the agreement you got? It's an agreement that's worse. Iran gets to keep the money they've made with the oil. They get to charge tolls on the oil. They still control the Straits of Hormuz. They're insisting they're going to keep their uranium. It's like they're asking for everything under the sun because they know they have the power now. You've destroyed them militarily, no doubt. Kudos, well done. They're done militarily. But can nobody get no gas? Can nobody get oil? Well done, Donald Trump. Well done. It's JFK, man. That's my rant, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all coming on. Oh my goodness. Ah, my goodness. I should have brought y'all on video. I just realized that now. The next one we're coming on. I think I'm gonna do a TikTok. We're gonna come on. Everybody can jump in. Yo, appreciate y'all, man. Yo, listen. Wow, I did not know y'all were gonna jump in like this. One love, one love. It's your boy Donald Trump. We're bringing back some of the political podcasts, man. We're gonna do this. All right, man. One.